My name's Jake. I fix heating and cooling units for a living, which means I spend most of my day with my hands inside something broken, tracing problems back to where they started. I'm pretty good at it. I say that because it matters. Because what I'm about to tell you is that I spent 6 weeks talking to someone every single day, telling her things I hadn't said out loud to anyone in months, and I didn't notice that I had no idea who she actually was. A man who finds problems for a living. Right here in Mobile, Alabama. Missed it completely. I want you to sit with that going in because it gets harder to excuse before it gets any easier to understand. Her name was Brooke. That's the name she gave me. We met in a Facebook buy-sell trade group, which is its own embarrassing thing to say out loud, and I want to get to the part where I start figuring things out. But I should start at the beginning. This was last winter. I'd been out of a 3-year relationship for about 8 months. I wasn't out there looking. I want to be clear about that, not because it changes anything, but because I need you to understand the state I was in. When you're not looking, you're also not careful. You don't think you need to be. She messaged me through a local Facebook group, just a normal exchange at first, then it kept going. Within a couple of weeks we'd moved to Messenger and then to the phone. The calls started going longer than either of us planned. 2 hours, 3 hours, past midnight more than once. She lived up in Nashville, 4.5 hours away, which was too far for a casual visit, but not so far we'd stop talking about it. She'd said she wanted to figure out the distance. I'd believed her. She knew about the relationship I'd gotten out of. I knew she had a complicated thing with her dad that she never fully explained but kept coming back to. She told me one night that she was starting to have real feelings for me. I said it back. Neither of us made a joke about it afterward. I'd quietly stopped responding to a woman at my job who'd been making it pretty clear she was interested. I hadn't made a decision about that. I just stopped responding. Her camera was broken. She was saving up for a new phone. I'd told her early on that I hated video calls anyway, which was true, and I think I handed her something with that without knowing it. She'd sent me photos over the weeks, 3 or 4 of them, always good lighting, always the same angles, always looking like someone had taken them for her rather than just caught her mid-moment. I hadn't thought much about that. I didn't think much about any of it. That was the problem. So, my buddy Darnell finds out that Tyler Childers is playing Bridgestone Arena up in Nashville. This is a show we'd been trying to get to for 2 years. He gets 4 tickets. Me, him, and 2 other guys from Mobile. And I remember looking at that and thinking, Nashville. She's in Nashville. I texted her that night. Not as a test. I was just excited. I told her I was going to be in her city in 3 weeks, that we were going to see Tyler Childers at Bridgestone, and did she want to finally meet up? We could get dinner before the show. I'd make time. She went quiet for longer than she usually did. Then she said her family had a trip planned that weekend. They were going to visit her aunt. She was sorry. The timing was terrible. I sat with that for a minute. We talked every single day. She hadn't mentioned a family trip once, not a word of it. So I went back through our messages, all the way back, and I looked. Nothing. No mention of any trip. No aunt. Nothing. I didn't say any of that to her. I said that was okay, maybe next time. But something had shifted, and I didn't like feeling it. I went to her profile that night and looked at those photos. Really looked. Same 3 or 4 images. Perfect lighting every time. Same angles. Every single one of them looked like a photo shoot. Not like a casual picture. I'd never once gotten a picture from her that looked like she just grabbed her phone and sent it. Not one candid. Not one bad angle. Nothing that looked like a real person's camera roll. I opened Google Images, dragged one of her photos in, hit search, and there it was. The photo came back to an Instagram account. The name on it was Brooke Callahan. The account was public. Every photo she'd ever sent me was right there on that page. Same shots, same order, pulled directly from this woman's feed. I just stared at the screen. I want you to understand what that moment's like, because it's not dramatic. Not at first. It's quiet. It's your brain refusing to land on what it's looking at. I found Brooke's real Facebook profile next. Active account. Years of posts, tagged photos, check-ins, comments from people who clearly actually knew her. It had nothing to do with the account I'd been messaging. Different friends, different everything. Someone had taken this woman's photos, and built a whole separate person around them. I called Darnell. He came over that night with his laptop. Darnell manages social media for 3 local businesses here in Mobile, runs their pages, builds their accounts, knows how that stuff works from the inside. I hadn't called him because I needed company. I'd called him because I needed someone who knew what they were looking at. We pulled both profiles up side by side on his laptop and my phone, and Darnell just started talking. That's what he does. He goes into this kind of sportscaster mode when he's working through something, announces everything out loud as he finds it. He said, okay. He said, this photo right here, and he pointed at one on the fake account. This showed up on her real Instagram, posted on a Thursday in September. He scrolled the fake account. He said it showed up here 11 days later. He checked another one. 9 days that time. He said someone was watching her real account and pulling photos on a lag of about a week and a half. He kept going. He pointed out the fake account had no tagged photos. Nobody had ever tagged her in anything. No birthday posts from people who grew up with her. No comments from old friends. The account had activity, but it was thin in a specific way, like someone had worked to make it look real without quite knowing what real actually looks like. Darnell leaned back. He said, bro, he said, this isn't just somebody who grabbed a few pictures. Somebody built this. Somebody put time into this. I didn't say anything. He looked over at me and asked if I was doing okay. I said I was. He looked at me for another second. Then he went back to the screen. He was still there when I decided to message her. The real her, Brooke Callahan, through her actual Facebook page. Darnell watched me type it. He didn't tell me what to say. He just watched. I kept it short. I said I thought someone might be using her photos and I wanted her to know. I said I was sorry if I was wrong. She called me within 10 minutes. She didn't open with hello. She said, how long has this been going on? I told her. 6 weeks, daily calls, the whole thing. She was quiet for a moment. And here's the thing I keep coming back to. She wasn't angry. She didn't sound surprised, and she didn't sound angry. She sounded like someone who'd been half expecting a call like this for a while and was tired of being right. She told me about her sister. Her name was Haley, 19 years old. Had struggled with how she looked since she was in high school. Brooke said that carefully, like she'd rehearsed how to put it, even though she couldn't have known she'd be saying it tonight. She said Haley had done something like this once before, with a guy from another state. But it hadn't gone on this long. She said she hadn't known it was still happening. She went quiet for just a moment after she said that. Then she said, and I need you to hear this because it changed something for me. She said, she's not doing this to hurt anyone. I don't think she even knows how to explain why she started. She just wanted someone to talk to. Brooke gave me Haley's number before we hung up. She said the call was mine to make. She said she wasn't going to warn her, and then she said, please don't be cruel to her. She said it in a way that told me she already trusted me a little, which I hadn't expected and which sat with me afterward. I sat on that number for 2 days. I called her on a Tuesday in my truck in the driveway. I don't know why I didn't go inside first. It just felt like a truck conversation. She picked up on the second ring. There was a half second before she said anything. Just a half second, but I could hear it in that pause. She knew. I don't know how. Unknown number, no warning from Brooke, but she knew. Maybe she'd been waiting for this since the night I texted her about Nashville. She said hello. I said, is this Haley? She didn't say anything for a moment. Then she said yes. I said my name. She already knew it. But I said it anyway because I wanted her to understand that I was talking to her now, not to Brooke, to her. I told her what I'd found. Not like an accusation. I just told her the sequence, the photo search, the Instagram account, Brooke's real Facebook page, Darnell sitting at my kitchen table in Mobile walking through every photo migration with a timestamp. Brooke's phone call. I told her I'd been sitting on her number for 2 days trying to figure out what I actually wanted to say. She didn't interrupt. She didn't try to explain. She just listened. When I finished, I asked her one question. I said, I know why you started. Brooke told me some of it. What I want to know is why you kept going. 6 weeks, real conversations. I said things to you I hadn't said to anyone in a long time. Why did you keep going? She was quiet long enough that I thought she might hang up. Then she said, because it stopped feeling like pretending. She said it fast, like she'd been holding on to it and it just came out. She said by the 3rd week, it stopped feeling like something she was doing and started feeling like something that was just happening. She said she knew that wasn't an answer. She knew it didn't fix anything. I didn't say anything for a while. I said, the conversations we had, the things you told me about your dad, about what you wanted, all of it. Was any of that actually you, or was all of it her? She said, it was me. She said the photos were Brooke's, but everything she said was her, and then she said, I know that probably makes it worse. I told her I didn't know if it made it worse. I told her I'd been trying to figure that out for 2 days, and still didn't have an answer. We stayed on the phone for another 20 minutes. I don't remember everything we said. I remember at some point I asked her how old she was, and she told me 19, and I didn't say anything to that either. 19, 4.5 hours away in Nashville. No working camera, just a voice I'd been listening to for 6 weeks thinking it belonged to someone else. Before we hung up, she said she was sorry. She said it plain, without anything attached to it. I said okay. I didn't say it was fine because it wasn't fine, but I said okay. That was about 4 months ago. I still live in Mobile. I still fix heating and cooling units. I went to the Tyler Childers show at Bridgestone with Darnell and the guys, and it was a good show. I didn't text her from Nashville. I thought about it. The fake account's still up. I haven't reported it, and I don't totally know why. The woman at work has moved on, I think. Last week a coworker asked if I was seeing anyone, and I said no, and she said you should get out there, and I said yeah, probably. Haley and I haven't spoken since that Tuesday in the driveway. I don't know what I'd say. I don't know what she would either. Some things just end in the middle, and you carry the unfinished part around until it gets lighter. It gets lighter. If you want to hear more stories like this, please like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me.